What is your motivation overall and what is your motivation during the workout?
प्रोटीन शेक पीने से किडनी खराब तो नहीं हो जाएगी, क्या ये नेचुरल है, वेट उठाने से हाइट तो नहीं रुक जाएगी. I had this and then after that I tried few jobs. Nothing works for me. Then I figured out that job is not my thing. I can't do it. So every trainer have there a certain type of client they like to do. Not like individual, but there are a certain type of client they like to take. Everything is doing right.
Everything's
from
going
my
well.
eyes is maybe different.
Yeah.
But from their perspective, it's amazing. Weight training was very common with the people who wants to do a bodybuilding. Certain things you have to do it on spot, right? Nobody's going to teach you that how to do it.
You feel established enough to be able to have that
yeah,
conversation?
more than what I see myself as, it's like what others see me as.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Muscle Matters podcast. My name is Mohammed Vauda. We're doing things a little differently today, as you can tell. So the idea today is that we're doing a bit of a role reversal. So today you have me as your host, and our guest today is none other than trainer extraordinaire, Mr. Pervez Rayani. So welcome to the podcast, Pervez.
Thank you so much. It is different.
This must be feeling oddly familiar to you and yet...
different. Like apne hi podcast pe aaj main guest hu.
Yeah, so
It
today...
feels good.
It feels good. That's because you don't know what I have in store for you.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So today's idea is that I will be asking you questions. I just want to preface this by saying that these questions are from a client's perspective. So things that we think, I wonder what's going on with the trainers or the gym.
Yeah.
So it's questions based on what clients feel or think. They're not just how I feel or think, but based on conversations I've had with people around me, things that I've seen at the gym. So... whenever you're ready.
I am ready. Just bring it on.
All right.
It's good. Like we're having a client's perspective questions and trainer's perspective answers. So let's
and I am basically representing all the clients
of Muscle Matters.
of Muscle Matters and so on. Anyways, I will get right into it. Pervez, so you are not just a trainer, but you are also, you are running a gym. So you have this dual role as both a gym operator / owner and a trainer. So you can answer these questions from both perspectives. So my first question is, what is your motivation? Why do you have a gym? What makes you want to have a successful gym? Where is your motivation?
Okay, so this story goes like way back actually. So when I became a trainer back in 2011, I just started because I was interested in fitness. That's the only reason that I started. And after a few years that I had a conversation with one of my friends, and I was like, okay, I think we can have our own gym. That was back in 2014. I had this, and then after that I tried few jobs. Nothing works for me. Then I figured out that job is not my thing. I can't do job. And then during the time I was doing freelance 2015, the gym that I have today right now, which I started in 2021, I made that design, the business plan and everything 2015.
Wow, 6 years before that?
6 years before that. And after that, I was just working because, again, finance, you have to put a lot of money into it, right? So again, we didn't have any investor. We have nothing. So what I did is like I kept sitting on that plan, and I just keep saving money. At the same time, I was doing freelance, so I was like building myself as a personal trainer. So whenever I start my own gym, so I have a name to follow up with, right? So in 2021, this is where you already know Amna, that Amna was my client back then. And she was working with the Meta Fitnesses at that time, other gym as a personal trainer. And then when I was talking to people about the gym, and she was like, she's interested in working with me. And then the COVID happened. We sat down, we discussed, all the gyms shut down. And this is where I decided like, okay, let's start a gym. So 2021, during the COVID time, we were like, okay, let's start the gym. And another thing is like a lot of people just want to become a trainer and they don't have a like aspiration to have a gym. But I had aspiration. I had an inspiration actually. So there's a gym called Ultimate Performance. It's all around the world. There's quite a few branches all around the world, and their owner and the head coach is Nick Mitchells. So I look up to that guy. Actually, I showed you one of his videos.
I was
actually,
just going to say that name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I think you've shown me a video mid-exercise.
Yeah. So he was the guy I was looking up to when it comes to personal training and the business itself. And even if you see the colors are the same, that ultimate performance. As my gym colors are the same, the business model is the same, the kind of workout that we do, it's quite familiar as well. In terms of like the technical part, the intensity what we bring in, and the overall the setup that we get in, that we take care of the nutrition as well, we're taking care of the supplement as well, we are taking care of the training as well. It's a personal training only gym. All these kind of stuff that was in my mind from back in like 2014, I think. And 2015 I made that plan. It didn't work out actually at that time, because I was planning to work with one of the guys, one of my friends, and that didn't work out. And then uske baad I had to wait for like 6 years. And then 2021, this is where I got the chance and I started a gym.
So I have another question. So when
Yeah.
you were training at these gyms, it's you made your plan in 2015.
Yeah.
You are your plan hasn't come to fruition. There's some setbacks, but you're
Hmm.
still working away. What did you ever sit and while you were training, did you ever think, when I have my gym, I will do things this way? Or did you identify things during that time that you would do differently when you had the opportunity to have your own setup?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
what
yeah,
were those things?
yeah. When I started as a trainer, so I see a lot of loopholes. There's a lot of things that I was like, I see this and I was like, this is not how you're supposed to do things.
So what kind of thing? You mean
Yeah.
like in the
So when
training or in the management?
so in the training, I see. Now again, if I say something, it is
No,
like,
no, we're talking very
I'm
generically.
bitching about other
No, no, we're
trainers in a
talking
way.
just very
But
generically.
the thing is, like, when I started as a trainer, I was very excited because I'm just being who likes to work out, going into a field where there are a lot of other trainers who've been working out and working as a trainer for many years.
Yeah.
And I was like very excited because I'm sure they are very good at it. This is what my thought process was. And when I entered and when I see what is out there, and I was like, shit.
So you saw a lot of mediocre trainers and you were like, the standards are not very high.
Yeah. So for me, it was very, from a very beginning, I was like very clear about it, that trainer has to know the nutrition as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like we know that without nutrition, you cannot change your weight, right? You have to understand the calories.
Okay,
how
so
the
you
calories
saw that
work
the
and everything,
trainers
yeah?
were just focused on weight training and they were not bringing
Even
in...
not the weight training. Weight training was not that common actually that time. So weight training was very common with the like people who wants to do a bodybuilding.
Yeah.
But people like average Joe, like you and me, weight training was not that common. So what people were doing, they're like more of a like aerobic work. There's a more of like circuit training. They're not focusing on strength that much. They're not focusing on like technical part that much. Where when it comes to weight training, it wasn't there. Plus nutrition wasn't there. So if somebody's coming to me, they're like, I want to get in shape. I want to lose this much of weight. And I was like, if I don't give them nutrition plan along with that, with the training, how they're gonna do it?
Okay.
I can't just tell them, okay, I'm gonna make you train. Nutrition is your own, on your own. You do it, and it's up to you if you're gonna lose it or not. So what is my job then, right? So I was like, okay, there's something wrong with this. Even all the certificates that I've done, nutrition is separate and training is separate. So I was like, okay, I become a trainer. A client is coming to me and they're telling me, okay, I want to lose weight, but I can't give them nutrition. So how I'm going to make them lose weight? It doesn't make sense to me, right? So when I thought like, I'm going to make my own gym, I was like, I have to learn the nutrition myself. And whatever my team is, how big is the team, how small is the team, I have to teach them everything. Yeah, so this is where I was like, okay, I want to make this changing. Plus the standards for personal training wasn't there. Also the niche, I'm very big on niche, that what if you go on a fitness field is wide.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things that you can do. You can be like sports specialist as well, sports specific trainer. You can be like a aerobic trainer. You can do you can be like a bodybuilding coach. You can do powerlifting coach. You can be a crossfitter. There are a lot of things you can do. You have to find your niche, because once you find your niche, you learn everything in that area. Right? You can't do like, okay, I know 20% of this, 20% of that, 20% of that, but you don't know anything 100%.
So what is your niche?
My niche was from the very beginning, it was body composition.
Okay.
And then I switched to strength after that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I realized that strength has a very big component in body composition. So I learned strength specific training. And then so before that, I was body composition completely. So this is my niche.
So
I'm very
body
specific.
composition is both aesthetically...
So body composition is the amount of muscle and fat that you have. That's your composition in your
Okay.
body, right? So what people want is like more muscle and less body fat.
Yeah.
Right? Normally people come in with the higher body fat and low muscle mass. So how do I take that person to the journey where they have more muscle mass and then less body fat? This is the whole the whole journey that I make people go through. That's understanding how to do it, when to do what. at what phase of training I have to put you to find get the best result possible. So it happens a lot of time. Client comes in, he wants to lose weight, but when I see them and I was like, okay, weight is not the problem. The problem is lack of muscle mass. Yeah. So when I see them, and then it is my job to explain them and make them understand, okay, maybe weight loss right now is not should not be your goal. First thing, we have to put on some muscle. That also again depend on like where the person is standing and what is their composition is. So all those things that I've been noticing and learning throughout my journey as a freelance personal trainer, and I kept making notes in my mind. Okay, these are the things I'm going to do when I have my own gym.
Okay.
And when we started, it didn't happen immediately. We have our own journey, Muscle Matters journey quite well.
Yeah.
Things were very shaky in the start, but after that, after things settled down, I have a like Saturday class, so this is what I teach everyone in that class, how to do what. We have accountability, we learn new things, we discuss that what are kind of problems that my trainers are facing with the clients, all those things going towards that, okay, how do we make our system better.
Do you sometimes gossip about your clients?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
we do. It's not in a bad way. It's like more in a fun way.
Yeah.
It's like so it happens a lot. Like as a trainer, you try to help your clients, right? This is your job. You try to help your clients, and then you try to make them understand. They understand everything. They're listening to you, and then after that, after a week, they're doing completely opposite things that what you asked for them. And then you wonder what happened, and then you figure out, then okay, they started to listen to their friend who actually have no idea how to do things, and then again you go into back square one, and you have to make them understand again. So these kind of stories, there's a lot of these kind of stories, right? And I'm not going to blame clients for this, because there's a lot of noises around.
Do you have your favorite clients? Does every trainer have a few favorites?
So there are some certain clients
that I certain enjoy. Clients who like training with certain trainers. So certain trainers like training with certain clients.
Yeah, I think every trainer have that.
Yeah.
So every trainer have that a certain type of client they like to train. Not like individual, but there are a certain type of client they like to train.
Okay.
So for me, anybody who like bring in focus and learn the technique, these are like my type of clients.
Okay.
If I have an opportunity to teach somebody how to do things the right way, this is me. Like I enjoy that a lot. Okay. And then after teaching them, take them through the hard workouts. I enjoy that a lot. Right. So some people have maybe enjoy like a bit of more workout, which is like higher intensity where you sweat a lot. So every trainer may have a different thing that they enjoy. For me, it's like a technical side of it. And then after that, when we push a button a little bit, this is what I enjoy the most.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So some clients think that some trainers have more favorite clients, and then those clients maybe get a little extra time, a little extra attention. Is that true? Is that something you guys discuss and work on? Are you guys aware of that? You should, even if there's somebody who you don't necessarily get along with, you still have to make sure. Is that something you guys are aware of?
So I think unconsciously this happens a lot.
Do you keep each other in check?
We do. Yeah. This is why you have you seen me? We're walking around the floor all the time.
Yeah. So you're
I'm just checking everyone.
So you'll go up to somebody and be like,
so not immediately. Not immediately. Okay. It's like I observe a few.
So you make
some
notes
of my trainers, and I was like, I keep that in my mind. Okay, he's doing something wrong about that, so I keep that in mind. And then for a few more sessions, I'll just see them. Okay, what is going on there? And then after that, I'll sit with them. I'm like, why?
So what is that conversation like? You're like, oh, Mr. Trainer, you were giving Mohammed a little bit more time.
So it goes in
this person a little bit less time.
It goes in that way. So every client have their plan, right?
Yeah.
So every plan is written there. Their nutrition is also set. So what I do is like on a random day, I was like, okay, show me these clients' plan and show me their progress. Okay. So I just go through on the plan how they are doing, and if I see something wrong in the plan, and visually I have seen how they are training, right?
Yeah.
So if the plan is not matching their actual training, so then we have a conversation after that.
Okay,
what is going on wrong there?
Fair enough, right? Okay. So you have 2 and 2 because you have the visual, what you've noticed in the gym, and what you've noticed in their.
Because sometimes what happens is like I'm not training that client, so I don't know what kind of conversation going on there.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe the client is coming with and come and say like, okay, I'm exhausted this week. I don't think so. I'm going to push that much. Yeah, so they keep the notch down
Yeah.
during 1 or 2 weeks. I don't know that, but the trainer knows that, right? So when I ask them question, then they tell you, okay, these are the concerns that client have, so we keep the notch down, we change the workout, and we didn't make a plan because it's not something that we are doing for a very long time. So these kind of things happen. Sometime the nutrition plan is not there, and I was like, why we don't have a nutrition plan? And then it was like the client is already taking a meal prep service from somewhere else.
Okay.
And other than that, there are many clients who don't want to do nutrition at all. They don't want to count calories. They don't want to go with the plan. Uh, Although they want to get result, but still they are not like ready to tab into the difficult part of the nutrition when you're taking care of the diet. So these kind of things happens all the time. So it's not like somebody at times people think like, hey, okay, this person is working out for so many months, I still don't see the result, because that person actually is not ready to put in the effort. It can be overwhelming for people as well, because now suddenly you have to count calories, suddenly you have to weigh your food,
Yeah.
suddenly you have to eat in a certain way. So it can be overwhelming for a lot of people. So because as a general population, we have a lot of stresses where we have our own priorities, we work, we have a family, we have a lot of different things we take care of. So nutrition at the top of it, when we have to take care of nutrition, not everybody is willing to put in that work. Eventually they might, but immediately a lot of clients, they don't want to. So in that way we have to decide, okay, what kind of approach we have to take. So if I was like, no, you have to do this, otherwise not going to work, and we just force them into it, certain time they kind of like discouraged with this. And discouraging someone is not my job. My job is to, what is the best way I can use to take the client and put that in that system where they get the results and also take care of their lifestyle as well.
Okay.
Right. So there's a lot of back and forth that goes on into client. So when I see my trainers that are working with a client, sometimes what I see is not true.
Okay.
That I can only find out once I speak to the client.
So
I speak
maybe
to
it
the
looks
trainer.
like something is not serious, but you look at the results and they're all
Yeah,
spot
yeah,
on, and you're like,
yeah,
whoa,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what? Everything's actually.
Yeah, sometimes even this happens. Like sometimes when I see him, it's like, okay, I think something is wrong there. And suddenly client comes in and they're like very, very happy. Like, and I was like, okay, everything's doing right.
Everything's
From
going all
my
right.
eyes, it's maybe different,
Yeah.
but from their perspective, it's amazing. So I was like, okay, so it's not always my perspective. So I have to see things from my perspective, from a trainer's perspective, from a client perspective. Sometimes I just go to a client and it's like, how's it going?
So
So
Pervez,
they gave something
tell me
in
what your
return.
motivation in this is. So I come to your gym.
Mhm.
I say, I'm fit. I want to get more fit. And you say, sure, I'm going to make you more fit. What's your motivation in this journey? Whether it's to make me more fit, whether it's to make somebody lose weight, whatever somebody's goals are, what is your motivation overall? And what is your motivation during the workout? Because obviously we come in,
Mhm.
sometimes we're really pumped and we want to do a really nice
Mhm.
hardcore session. But maybe you've not had such a good day. How
Mhm.
do you get through that workout? What's your motivation both in the workout
Mhm.
and
The overall, the
as
business.
overall? Like what's your motivation in making me
Okay.
get a result?
So this is going to be a little long answer, I guess. Uh, so I'm gonna go a little away from the fitness right now, and I'm gonna tell you what's my motivation when I'm working.
Okay.
So we all work to make money.
Yeah.
Very simple, right?
Fair enough.
So my thought process has always been like, when I'm making money, what I'm giving in return.
Okay.
Right. So this is where I think it is very, very important, because you can make money 10 different ways, right? But what I'm giving in return, that's very important for me. So when client pays and when I see, okay, there's a certain amount of clients paying, what they are getting in return. So if their health is getting better, if they're getting fitter, if
So you
this
see it as a
access,
duty.
yeah, it is my
Okay, man, if
responsibility.
somebody's
Yeah,
paying me, they must get something
in return, yeah.
beneficial in
Doesn't
return.
matter, it's weight. Weight is like, for me, weight is not the issue. Today you are in a best shape possible, tomorrow maybe you're not in a best shape, and then day after you come back in a shape again. This will happen, this keep happening throughout your life. But what it is like, how well you're training, if you're getting fitter in terms of like, your functionality is better, if you're aging better, if your relationship with your surrounding is getting better because of the workout, if your relationship with yourself is getting better with your workout, you're understanding nutrition better. So a lot of people come with a stress eating habits. A lot of people comes with the like guilt that they eat junk and they feel guilty about it. So am I teaching them a better ways to do it, where they don't feel guilty anymore, where they are not stress eating anymore? when they feel a little, positive towards when you socialize and you're like, okay, I'm going to socialize, I might have a cake. I'm going to a birthday party, I might have a cake. After a cake, what kind of emotions that comes to you? Is it a guilt, or is it like, okay, I enjoy myself here, now it's time to go back to work? Right? What kind of thought process comes to you? So all these thing is like my motivation, because this is something, when I was a very very bad student in school and college, but when I got into fitness, I spent hours and hours every day learning about it. So this is something where I found like, okay, this is my thing, this is what I want to do. So when I did and I learned everything, I want to push it forward. I want to give it to my trainers. I want to give it to my clients, all the understanding that I have, so their lives can be better. And against that, I want to make money.
Do you feel proud when you see a
Yeah.
client achieving something or
Yes.
learning something or
Yeah.
getting a really a result which makes them really happy,
Yeah.
whether it's a visually big difference or maybe just how they feel? Do you
Yeah,
feel
yeah, yeah, yeah. I do feel proud. I do feel proud, and I have a very bad habit of seeing the negatives of it as well. I'm a very critical person by nature. So I know even sometimes everything is going fine, but I still see that one black spot. Like, okay, we need to fix that as well. So I think it's a good thing as well, that that keeps you accountable as well. But at the same time, sometimes I forget to celebrate my wins as well. So it kind of like I'm in two boats all the time. So this happens a lot. But at the same time, other motivation that I have, I think the passion have a place in your life.
yeah.
Yeah. Very unfortunate that not a lot of people can have these kind of feeling where they are working on their passion completely. uh,
So you feel passionate about imparting
yeah.
your knowledge, and if I've
Yeah, yeah,
understood
yeah.
correctly, when you see somebody achieving their result,
It
you
is.
you feel
Yeah.
proud कि
Yeah.
यार this person has
It's
achieved
a
what they set
fulfillment.
out to, but at the
Yeah.
same time
Hmm.
you're also still identifying कि now next step ये होना चाहिए या
Hmm.
journey की next whatever the next
Hmm.
goal is वो भी you're identifying that whilst you're celebrating.
Yeah. So it just like keep upgrading yourself. Yeah. So
Okay.
you started a business at a certain level. There's a certain type of client coming in with a certain type of mindset and a certain type of results that you're giving them.
Okay.
Okay. If a year from now, if I'm still on the same level, okay, there's something wrong I'm doing. I'm not improving myself. Right. So I have to keep the notch up. So I keep pushing that envelope all the time. When it comes to knowledge, understanding, when it comes to service, when it comes to like client relationship, all those things is like, you have seen my journey from before the muscle matters as well. So I don't know how much you have observed me, but I know that the kind of person I was before the gym and the kind of person I am right now.
Oh yeah,
I
there's a
know
huge
it's
difference.
a huge
It's a huge
difference.
evolution.
Yeah. So for me, is learning is a big part of me actually. So if I'm like so sometimes it happens like, you have a setbacks and
Yeah.
you kind of become lazy and you're like, "अब सब कुछ सही तो चल रहा है यार, कुछ चेंज करने की जरूरत नहीं है." There are months in between it happens, and after a few months a certain kind of feeling that comes in me, and I suddenly feel depressed, and I was like, something is not right.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is the time that you sometime I start walking in my own room, like back and forth. Like I have a small room and I just keep walking back and forth, keep listening to something and keep working things out. Okay, what I have to do.
That you realize you're stagnating and that
Yeah,
there
I
has
need
to be
to push
progress.
myself up. Like recently, I start coming to the gym 6 days a week. Before I was coming 4 days a week, and I was like, yeah, something is not working right, and I was like, I need to change something. So that change comes with a certain kind of steps, certain kind of actions that you have to do. So I have to keep myself accountable for that, because nobody else is going to do it for me. So everything has to, there's a chain reaction. So if I keep myself accountable, then I can keep other people accountable as well. And then after keeping all the things on the right places, this is where the growth happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have another question.
Yeah.
So sometimes we come to the gym as clients, and of course, we also have our lives outside of the gym. Sometimes we come in and it's just been a hard week, a long week. You're mentally exhausted. Now, obviously, when you're mentally exhausted, your workout is not going to be 100%. At the same time, sometimes we're a little bit fatigued because we've had 4 or 5 really heavy sessions and we've come in, and again, we're not at 100%. Are you guys able to identify when it's physical fatigue and when it's
Yeah,
something else on our mind?
it comes with the experience.
So you get to know your
Yeah.
client, you know कि आज
Yeah.
मोहम्मद थका हुआ लग रहा है because काम ज़्यादा है, या आज कल लेग डे ज़्यादा हैवी था इसलिए आज इसकी एनर्जी लेवल लो है. You are able to identify that?
Yeah. Sometimes we identify it, sometimes we just ask in a different way. It's like, how's it going? It's simple question. How's it going?
So if you're unsure, you ask your
how's
client
it
in a
going? You just
tactful way.
how's it going in like not in a very specific way. It's just like I'm asking how are you, right?
Okay.
And when I ask you, and if you're mentally exhausted and there's certain thing that going on back of your head, sometimes you start speaking about it.
Yeah.
And then we know, okay, there are certain things wrong, because the certain thing wrong comes with a certain actions that you take. So if you have some kind of like emotional baggage you're carrying with you, there's a possibility that you're not going to take care of your water intake, your nutrition, your sleep, all those things are messed up right now. So for me, after that, I have to strategize, okay, should I take that person to a heavy deadlift session or should I just step back from it? I was like, okay, let's just bring the deadlift intensity down. Let's focus more on isolation for that session.
Okay, so you guys are making those adjustments
Yeah.
in real time.
Really. It is more, it is like, there's a plan on the paper and then there is a actionable plan that we have.
Okay.
Certain things you have to do it on spot. Right? Nobody's going to teach you that how to do it. It is like your own understanding, your own experience, and then how much you have learned from that. Okay. Like there are people who learn nothing. They've been working for 10 years. They learn nothing about it. They don't learn about client psychology. Maybe my approach towards you is different than my approach towards someone else.
Yeah.
Because I have to understand your personality type. Because there are certain people, if I change something, they immediately say like, why we are changing that? Why we are not lifting heavy on this?
Do you find that annoying when clients are constantly questioning why you're doing something differently?
No.
And does it make a difference when somebody who's fit and experienced is asking you a bunch of questions, and when an amateur comes in or somebody who hasn't been working out comes in and asks you a bunch of questions?
Not at all.
You are happy to answer questions no matter...
All the time.
Yeah?
Yeah. No matter whatever mood I am, how bad is my day. If you ask me a question, I'm happy that
you're
you ask
happy
me
to
question.
answer questions as many times.
Every time. Every single time. I never felt, okay, why is this person asking me so many questions? I never ever felt that.
So you're happy to answer questions.
Yeah, I told you that technical aspect is me. I enjoy that so much. Like sometimes if clients not asking me anything, this is where I was like, please ask me something.
Okay.
I'm this is where I am. But best thing is like when we create a relationship where we both are listening to each other.
Okay.
This is where the real change happens. As a personal trainer and in the fitness industry, any personal trainer who's listening right now, having a bond with a client, having a relationship of trust with the client is one of the most crucial thing that you can do, because you can only listen to me if you trust me. If I tell you, okay, you have to eat this amount of rice tonight, you're like rice raat
we had exactly this conversation. You said, Mohammed, eat this much rice. I was like, Pervez, are you crazy? This much rice? What are you trying to do? Get me fat?
So that's the thing, right? You're like, hey, raat ki time pe main itne sare carbs kyun khaunga?
Yeah.
But I was like, this will make your physique better. You will look better by doing that. But you have to trust me to be able to do it. But if you don't trust me, you're not going to follow me. And this is where trainers do struggle. I struggle myself because initially when I understand the whole science of technical aspect of it, don't understand the psychology, I gave the plan and then client did not follow. And I was like, okay, I give the plan, client's not following. And this happens quite a few times. And I was like, what's wrong? What is going on? Like, I'm giving you plan, you're not following, because I don't understand the psychology. I did not understand that I have to get them to trust me first.
So how do you deal with a client? There's a client who keeps telling you, I want to do whatever, build muscle, lose weight. You've told them what to do. They're not doing it. So
we just
keep asking them to do it.
One step at a time.
And then when they complain कि Pervez 3 महीने हो गए कोई result नजर नहीं आया, do you tell them?
Yeah, this is where we sit down. So there's a lot of things like we sit down and we discuss.
And then you're blunt with them and you're like,
sometimes you have to be blunt with them.
I don't see you following my plan and that's why you're not seeing
right now. I can be blunt. Right
Yeah.
now, I can be blunt because now people see me as a person who knows things.
You feel established enough to be
So
able to
people,
have that
yeah, more than
conversation.
what I see myself as, it's like what others see me as. Yeah, so if others do not see me as established coach, as they do not see me as a person who knows how to do things, I cannot be blunt with them,
Okay.
right? Because if I be blunt with them, I will have a very bad relationship with them after that.
So you have to carefully manage that.
Yeah, that's
So, you
who
know, you
I'm
have
telling
those
what.
clients who come and say,
Hmm?
Pervez, I'm only on 800 calories a day, but I'm still 100 kilograms. What's going on? What do you do?
Then we go through the plan and then we find out like they are doing a lot of healthy eating, which calories they don't even count. Every single time. There is no such thing like that you are fat because of the hormone, cortisol, insulin, your genetics are like that, whatever. You're just eating more. That's
Okay, so
that's it.
a lot of clients that
Hmm.
a lot of people that I
Hmm.
spoke to, many people feel very conscious at the gym, especially when they're coming in initially, or sometimes when they're very unfit. So, you know, a client comes in, they're they're not fit,
Mhm.
they're overweight, they're trying to make a lifestyle change. It's very hard in the beginning, but they come to the gym and they see somebody like me working out. They see 2 or 3 very fit trainers, everybody's shredded and doing big
Mhm.
heavy weights. Are you conscious that somebody is feeling, oh,
Yeah.
this is maybe not my kind of gym, maybe this
Mhm.
is a very fit person's gym,
Yeah.
I need to go to the less fit person's gym? Are
Mhm.
you conscious about how conscious
Yeah.
people are when they
This is
come in, and is there something you do to make them feel a little more comfortable?
Yeah, so this is where the consultation session that we have before any client that join, we have a consultation session, right? So they
Yeah.
said we either with me or Amna, and we have a chat, and we discuss their goals and their lifestyle and all the different questions that we have. This is where I have to make them. This is consultation. Is not just like to know okay, what's your goal is. This is where I make sale as well,
Got it.
right? So in this session I have to make that person comfortable with the space, comfortable with me. This is where I have a bunch of questions where I understand client, that what the client psychology is and how I have to take that client. So once I understand that, it becomes very easy for me to deal with that client.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes if somebody comes in, I was like, I want to join a gym, and I directly put them into a session. I have no idea what is their thought processes. So how I'm supposed to train that person. So I have to know that what goes into the mind.
So that initial interview session that you have, that's where you gauge, okay,
So yeah,
what
so
this
very
person is
yeah, so
conscious
very
of, and then you try
interestingly,
and keep them at ease.
yeah. So very interestingly, there was a person who was like very very conscious about his weight, and I was like when I had a chat with him, and he was like he was so conscious like that he don't want to train in front of other people. So I have to carefully choose which exercise I'm making that person do, so I know okay, which areas of the gym I'm
Okay.
training
So you
them.
made sure he was in some kind of an isolated
Yeah,
space.
and also I made sure that I do not make that person lie down on the floor at all. There's no floor exercises, right? Because that person who's like have a very bad functionality, excess weight problem, so I know he will be very conscious. Like if he sit down on the floor and is unable to get up properly, I know that person is going to be very conscious. He maybe feel conscious in front of me as well, although I'm training them. So the choice of exercises is what I make them do. That also impact based on where their mental state is.
Okay.
So there's a lot of thinking goes into it.
So a lot of people have a fear,
Mhm.
and I think for some people it has come to reality. Some people fear that during a heavy squat, or on the leg press, or maybe when they're doing those hip thrusters, maybe they'll have a little accident, right? How often does that happen, and how do you guys react? Do you notice? Do you pretend like it hasn't happened? Do you joke about it?
No, best thing is to pretend that it didn't happen.
But you guys know.
It actually doesn't happen that much, very honestly. I think it's more than hip thrust. Happens in deadlift or squat the most.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So in deadlift or squat, it happens, and you
it
know
happens.
it.
Yeah. Sometimes we do, but more it's very rare thing, by the way.
Okay.
Because when you start to feel like clients, everybody knows that something is not feeling right. So instead of like doing this, they stop. Right? They stop. They take a walk. They come back, and then they do it. It happens with us as well. Like I know, like your stomach is not doing so well, and you are under the bar like lifting 100 kg, and after that you're like, okay, I think I need a walk.
Okay,
So you
fair
put the
enough.
bar back and then you walk it off. Yeah, this
Okay,
happens. Like, so you know when it's about to happen.
okay. I have some quick fire questions for you now.
Okay,
You
bring
can
it on.
answer them as long or as short as you want.
Bring it on.
Okay. So there's some of them are lighthearted, some of them are a little more serious. So let's get into it. What's the weirdest thing somebody has ever asked you at the gym?
Oh, the weirdest. Like I've been training for 15 years. I have to think back right now.
Like
Okay,
when
what
was
is
it?
that?
When you like what? Like what's the weirdest thing they asked you?
What is the weirdest thing they ask me? I have to go really, really back because the most weirdest thing that anybody have ever asked me, it was like not in a recent times.
Okay.
There's never in a recent time. It was like way back that people asked uh, random questions that it's not weird. It's more like, it's a very common myths that people ask. कि प्रोटीन शेक पीने से किडनी खराब तो नहीं हो जाएगी, क्या ये नेचुरल है, वेट उठाने से हाइट तो नहीं रुक जाएगी. If
So the
somebody
weird things are
like
the
imagine somebody is smoking a cigarette and tell you, is protein shake safe? And I was like, you're smoking, bro.
Okay. Some clients make weird noises while lifting.
Oh yeah, they do. They do.
Do you sometimes find that funny? Do you learn just to ignore it? How do you deal with those?
It never happened with my clients actually. So there was a way back. I was working at one of the gyms, and I'm not gonna mention which gyms, but one of the gym that I was working, and I just heard the sound of moaning, and I was like, what? And somebody was training, and then the kind of like grunt sound it came out as a moaning sound, and then the whole gym suddenly like look at that person like
Yeah.
what happened. Yeah, it happens like sometimes.
It happens
And
sometimes.
like I love grunting, like people who grunt in the gym. I love that. I have no problem with that. I know, okay, you're working hard. That's okay. It's fine. Make noises. It's okay.
Okay. Here's another question. Do you think people lift heavier when they see more fit people around them working
Yeah,
out?
everyone. Mostly people. There are some people who is like get scared of it, but a lot of people, the people who are into it, who actually have this, when the iron bug bits you, and you're already into it, you will lift heavy with other people.
Wow, really?
Yeah, if you are into it, you will lift heavy.
Subconsciously.
If you see other people like, oh, okay, if we both start working out together, and you're like, I'm lifting certain weight, and I want to beat you there in that weight. The anybody who ever worked out with a partner, like not a coach, nothing, it's a partner. You have a workout partner together, and you're
Yeah.
working out together. You are competing with each other. This happens all the time. I've done that all the time.
So do you pair clients sometimes on this?
So
Do you-
in my now the strength camp that I'm doing,
Yeah.
and right now we are switching towards the transformation camp. So I actually made a group of 2. So I have 6 people. There's a two will be working together, 2 will be working together, and 2 will be working together. So they are partners now. So they will be competing with each other.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, because this is where there's a reason that partner workout really works very well. Because if you're working out with a partner, there is unset competition there. You can't ignore that. There will be there, and it is good for them. Yeah, you have to be a little safer, but it's good for them to bring out results.
Okay, that's very interesting. Okay. Some generic ones and some specific ones, okay?
Okay.
What is the one thing that you think is different in your training philosophy compared with, let's say, the average gym?
Oh, we are very goal specific when it comes to training and nutrition both.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have a goal. So again, I'm gonna go back in the day where I was working in one of the gym, and this is exactly the happened. Somebody came in, and I was like, I want to lose weight. He was like, the trainer was like, okay, let's do burpees, 100 burpees right now.
Yeah.
I was like, that person is 120 kg. Why do you want to make them do burpees without even assessing anything? So these are the things still happens. Like you'll see there's a sessions happening where everybody is doing one exercise but different ways. In a group session, or you'll see a personal training session, they're like running around. There's no, you don't understand that which exercise they are doing. We don't know which muscle they are training, but they're doing something. This still happens. Right now it's becoming better, but still. So what my thing is, like, I just give them all my trainer, I'll tell them whatever you make them do, you should be able to explain me why you're making them do it. If you do not
Okay.
explain me why, then we have a problem.
There has to be a master plan.
Yeah,
Right.
there has to be a reason for everything.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm going to make you do certain exercise and when I am not familiar with that exercise, that certain movement that they're doing, and I was like, why do you make that person do this? I want to know this. So these kind of accountability is a part of my gym. Even it was to that extent that Mustafa gave me a mug where he wrote that why of everything. So because I keep asking them, why do you make them do certain things? Abhi मैं इतना नहीं पूछता because they now understand everything. But if a new coach comes in, I'm going to ask them, why do you make a person do certain things in what direction? So because if I don't keep them accountable for everything, so they're going to do a random thing, and then again the whole standard of personal training will go down. So for me, everything has to be very specific to a person's goal, their nutrition, their training, everything.
Okay. What about clients who feel very discouraged? How do you bring out that motivation in them? It could be during a workout, it could be overall, it could be somebody who says, "Yaar, Pervez, I've been on a cut or I've been following your diet, but I still look the same. It's been 3 weeks."
Yeah.
Or maybe it's somebody who's just like, "Yaar, Pervez, bas ho gayi. Bas,
Yeah,
I'm sick
so
and tired of working out, you know."
This
I'm
is
just
something that I struggle with. I'm sure you can tell that I don't appreciate people that much. That I have a problem with appreciating that much. But this is a part of me, and now people understand that. Okay, this is me. I'm like looking to make you better, but I'll only appreciate you right in the end when the
Okay.
job is done. But during the times, I'm very bad at it. Amna is very good at it.
Yeah.
So I'm very bad at it. But the thing is like my
So you
way.
let them be. You're like, you know
No,
what?
no, no, no.
Jab- when you-
My way is more of a like if I see something like that, the discouragement is there. There's something. So I have a very like one-on-one discussion with them. I'm a very like individuals person.
Okay, so you'll be
Yeah.
like, "Mohammed, what's going on? Why
Yeah,
are you
so
discouraged?"
I'll have you sit down. I was like, okay, what's going on? What's bothering you?
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, you'll say, okay, yeah, I was progressing for past few weeks. Last 2 weeks, I'm not been progressing, and then I was like, okay, what is going on? Okay, your lift is not going up. Okay, how's your nutrition? How's your sleep? Have you been stressed? What is going on?
And we have had these
We had this
conversations
conversation,
actually.
right? And then when we have that, when I see, okay, now I have some clarity. The nutrition is not very well. Past few weeks, you haven't hit your protein goal for a certain reason. I was like, okay, don't worry about this. This is why it is happening. If you just focus on this, this will get
Okay,
resolved.
so instead of, if I would say, instead of being like, "Oh no, Mohammed, you've got this. Come on, ek aur hafta,
There
do
are
aur
time for
hafte."
this. There are
But
times for
so
this.
you take an approach where you're like, you know what, if it's
have to be a
happening
problem
consistently,
solver.
you sit down, you're like,
Yeah.
"Dude, what's going on? Tell me. You know, if there's an issue, let's work on it." So
Yeah.
you actually take a more serious approach to it.
Yeah. So I have to understand a client, like what is going on there.
Okay. When people compare themselves to other people at the gym,
Mm-hmm.
do you encourage it? Do you discourage it? Do you
I
sometimes
say neutral.
do
Mostly.
you sometimes point them out? Do you say कि उसको देखो, that person is your
No,
build
no,
or
that's
your
a very bad. That's a very
oh,
bad
so
approach.
you don't go there?
No, very bad approach. If I say, okay, see how well Muhammad is doing, you can. Why you're not doing that? This is a very bad
So
thing.
you
to
don't do
no,
that
no,
at
no,
all.
No, not at all. Any
Are you
coach is
secretly
doing that.
comparing?
No, never,
Okay.
never. I have actually. So initially, when you start as a trainer, so I know I might have done it in past. But with time you learn that okay, this is not the right way to do it. I cannot compare you with anyone else or anyone else with you. Everybody have their own journey, they have their own pace of working, so I cannot compare anyone with anyone. You can do great right now, and suddenly there will be a time that we'll do like completely going down the hill. So my job is to how to bring you back.
So when somebody
top.
tells you as a gym,
Mhm.
let's say I'm working out
Mhm.
and I'm like, "Yeah, Pervez, this guy's lifting, he's doing a deadlift or he's doing a whatever bicep curl at this kg. I should also be doing it."
Yeah, so if somebody wants to do it, then I'll like, okay, we can do it, but we have to do these are the things to reach that level, and it is going to take that much of a time.
Okay.
Right? So the clear picture I have to give them. If somebody is lifting like 5 kg and they want to lift 20 kg, it is going to take some time. It's not going to happen very quickly.
Okay, got it. Let's come out to the next one. Okay. Do you think body dysmorphia is more common amongst very fit individuals?
It is common with the fit individuals, yes.
More common. You think people who are very,
So
very fit
it
are.
works. It works in the extremes. So there are fit people who have a body dysmorphia, and there are like obese people who have a body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obese people, obviously, because a lot of body fat, they have a dysmorphia. But there's a saying like, when you enter the gym, you're never satisfied. Right. So if I see when I was very, very skinny, started gym working out, uh, maybe this physique that I have right now was the like most ideal one. But right now it is not, because you always looking, okay, I have 15-inch bicep with a 10% body fat. No, I want 16-inch bicep with 10% body fat. Right. But after that, you're like, 10% body fat. I want 8% body fat, or need a bigger thighs, or you need a, bigger shoulders or traps, or so you always have something. So these kind of thing, people who are into gym, who are fit, they have a body dysmorphia problem.
When you see somebody going into that unhealthy zone, do you do something? Are you like, no, buddy, you're fine, don't go? Are you able to identify when somebody gets unrealistic about where they want to be?
They do. Most there's a Again, sometimes it's different. When I say somebody come in like, I'm only eating 800 calories, that's okay. Show me your weight fluctuation of past 4 weeks. And when I see that weight fluctuation, it is stagnant. I was like, you're not eating 800 calories. You may think that you're eating 800 calories. So there's a thing like, people comes with a lot of emotions. They don't want to call themselves out that I'm doing something wrong.
Okay.
Right? They're most likely the people is like, मेरा plan सही नहीं था, मैंने genetics का problem है, और hormones का problem है, इसका problem है, सबका problem है, but they do not want to call themselves out. Okay, I made a wrong choices. People
No
have a lot of difficulties.
self-accountability.
It's very difficult for people to accept that. Even after giving them plan, they do not follow. They can't follow. Instead of like assessing that, they're like, no, I'm doing everything right. I'm doing everything what you're saying, although they never even open the plan. This happens a lot. So it comes from a very emotional side of it. Like, they want to, they become very defensive in that approach. Okay, I'm doing everything right. It's someone else's mistake, not my mistake. But so a lot of people who comes in like, like, I'm eating 800 calories, and obviously it sounds very extreme. Like, why you're eating 800 calories? Nobody should eat 800 calories, right? And then when I see that trends, okay, immediately I can't tell them, okay, you're doing everything wrong.
Yeah.
Right. So when I see the trends of the weight fluctuation, I know, okay, they are not eating 800 calories. But some people actually do as well, because they lost 20 kgs and now they are as low as 1000 calories. I've met that people actually. And they lost a lot of muscle. Their strength is going to shit. Their stress levels is higher. Energy levels is low. This is the most tricky for, I think, any coach, this position, and any person as well. That when you already have lost weight, your calories are very low, body still not that great, and energy level, everything is low, muscle mass is low, your knee hurts, your back hurts, you cannot get up from the floor. This is the very real situation. This is the most tricky one that I have. And so far, I don't think successfully I have able to bring anybody out of it. But this is a very difficult spot. So what they do is, after that, like, they reach that point because they lost 20 kg, they don't want to gain it back. They just stay there. They just somehow try to maintain that weight. Because again, if psychologically, if you see, okay, if you lost 20 kgs and suddenly you're like, okay, you need to restructure something and you have to eat a little more and start lifting weight.
And they don't want to make that adjustment.
They're like, no, I'm not going to do it. I made so much effort to lose that weight. I do understand that. But the thing is, like, there are certain things that you have to do. Like, simple say, you have to build muscle to be in shape, right? You cannot be in shape without building muscle. So for many people, especially coming from a group class background, it's very difficult for them to understand. Eventually, after some time, they do come around. But initially, when they like recently lost that much of a weight, it's very difficult for them.
What's the time you can remember when you were the happiest for a client achievement? What was a client's achievement, whatever that might be, which
there
made
are
you
few,
which gave you the greatest high, where you were just happy?
Yeah, so there are few. Mostly, if a result is connected with some kind of event, this is where the push becomes a little harder, right?
Yeah.
So there are certain clients that when I trained them and I got the results, I was very happy about it. one person who wants to get married, and she was like, if I'm not in shape, I'm not getting married. And we had 4 months.
Wow.
In 4 months, she lost 25 kgs, and I see the before after, and you're like, okay. And she got married. She was very happy. So because of she was very happy, then I was very happy. Somebody who was like very morbidly obese, and then after years of training, came down with lower than 10% body fat, shredded with a 6 pack abs. This is something that like really make me happy, because there was a like huge transformation, right? Coming from like morbidly obese to very lean with muscle, low body fat. That was happy. I trained a person who's like 40 plus, and then got her into a shape. She was a teacher actually. Got her in a shape and get her shoot done as well. That was very happy thing, because I was just a trainer back then. Like I didn't have a gym, I had nothing. So I got a 42-year-old female teacher and got her shoot ready. This was something that I was like, okay, this is a little extraordinary than what most people do. So
Okay.
things like this, there are some events like this that happen.
Do you pick up things from your clients?
Oh, all the time,
So
all the time.
you pick up like exercises or techniques, or is it like just general life
more
things?
than any more than technique, I know it's more of a like approach towards things.
Okay.
Yeah, your approach can be very different than mine, and I have to see if somebody is doing something and it is working for them. I like to know what they are doing differently, so I can
Okay.
pick something from there. Okay, we can use that approach with other people and see how it works.
Okay. Is an unfit person somebody, let's say, who's obese, who's unfit, or somebody who's very skinny and unfit? I mean, it can work both ways. But somebody who's very unfit, very unhealthy, is it more difficult to get them into a good body composition and into a healthier lifestyle, or is it more difficult to get somebody semi-fit to get more fit?
Okay,
So it's
here-
basically
depending on
a
the
new gym
Okay.
lifestyle goer
Yeah.
versus somebody who's been doing it for a while.
So depending on like what is your definition of fit. If you're just talking about like, let's just say, gaining few pounds of muscle, yeah, every new person, it's very easy to build a muscle, because the newbie gains come very quickly. You don't need to work on nutrition that much. You just have to make sure that workout is a little progressive, and you will build muscle. That's very easy. But if I want to bring it like, okay, I want you to get photo shoot ready in next 12 weeks, and you have a 18% body fat or 15% body fat, the person who have a muscle already working out, already know the basics, that is the ideal person to get in the transformation. If somebody is completely new, don't know how to work out, that's not the ideal person for a transformation. I need to spend some time to work on the strength, work on the muscle mass, work on the techniques, work on the understanding of nutrition and everything. Once you reach that level, when you already have those basics right, after that the transformation happens. If somebody just randomly walking in, I was like, never trained, never know about the nutrition, never done anything, and like, I want to get the transformation done, it is difficult.
You don't find that people who've been gymming for a while get very set in their ways though?
They do.
कि कोई 4 साल से कर रहा है तो वो कहता है नहीं मैं तो इसी तरह करता हूँ, and then it's very difficult to get
Yeah.
them to deviate. But like a new person, it's a
It's
blank.
much easier, yeah. So again, basic right means basic right. There are basic wrong as well.
Fair enough.
Many people come with a very, very, very wrong ideas about how to do things, and they do not want to budge.
Do you trainers have hand signals at the gym? Do you communicate with each other during sessions?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you guys
It's mostly
communicate?
it's mostly about the machines.
Oh, okay. I need that machine next.
Yeah. So it's like a aankhon aankhon se ho jata hai.
Wow. So you guys are
Yeah.
communicating. Okay,
Yeah.
I want that machine next. So you'll be like, oh, let's do this instead of that first.
Yeah. Sometimes it also happens like when I see a client is feeling a little uncomfortable, trainer is for someone else. So I was like, give them a little, ishara.
Oh.
Okay, you have to go to them. They're not feeling very comfortable. Or somebody in a set, which is, I know a trainer has to be there at that time. So these are the communication that we have all the time.
Sometimes clients say, oh, go easy on me today. Do you guys actually go easy on that person that day? Or
In most cases,
just because they've
no.
said it?
Depend. Again, it is like, it's again
If
client
you feel
psychology.
if it's a genuine thing, then
it depends on client psychology.
okay.
Sometimes pushing them, we think that is good for them, but for their mental health is very bad for them.
Okay.
So you have to know the client psychology. I can push you, but similar situation, everything same. Objectively, I cannot push the other person. So I have to see from a very subjective approach rather than just objective only.
Some clients feel like some trainers have a bit of a sadistic tendency in them.
Yeah,
Is that true? Do
yeah,
some trainers
yeah,
really
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
making their clients
People used to
suffer?
think about like that about me. I have changed a lot, like
Do trainers
but
actually do that? Do they
yeah, yeah,
work
yeah.
on it? What's
Yeah,
the deal
yeah.
there?
So before we, it takes time to learn and understand. So
Yeah.
there was a time where if there is a new client comes in and I want to show what kind of expertise that I have, I'm going to destroy them in the session.
Okay.
Not the ideal thing. Very bad
So
thing to
you've
do.
learned over time that that's not the correct
Yeah, that's not
approach.
a correct approach. And the best thing is less trained legs today. I'm going to destroy your legs. The client who actually have never worked out in his life and like they're crawling out of the gym, we think like, okay, what a best workout that we make that person do. It's not a best workout. That person shouldn't do that. Like as a new person, you should not hit failures.
Okay.
At all, right? So if I'm making you hit the failures on the first session, lower body complete, I'm making you do 6 7 exercises, like I'm not an expert. I don't know nothing about training if I'm making you do that. And I have seen people still do that. I have done that. I'm not going to deny I have done that. But lucky for me, I learned that very quickly.
And you implement that in the gym? You tell people,
Yeah,
nahi,
yeah,
itna,
yeah,
there's no point doing this.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we do it sometimes. Like we do it within ourselves for fun sometimes. You know our giant set
Fair,
routine.
yeah.
So we do that for fun. But actually, the ideal training is not like take that session and destroy that person. That's not ideal session. That may be actually counterproductive in a lot of cases.
Do you guys get offended sometimes when clients say something to you? I mean, there are all sorts of clients, and is there a reaction? Do you do if somebody has said something, let's say unfair or something,
Yeah,
maybe a little
it happens.
mean?
Yeah, yeah. It
Then,
happens. Yeah.
how do you guys deal with that?
Like right now, it doesn't happen because the difficult part has been passed, which is like development part of any
Okay.
business, right? That has been passed. So, abhi itna problem nahi hota. But before, I remember I had one of the client actually blamed me to get her in a very good shape that she is unable to maintain it. And I was like, this is completely new. Like she's arguing with me that I got her in a very good shape that is she's unable to maintain it. And I'm like, how do I respond to that? I didn't know how to respond to that at that time. Now maybe I can deal with it better. But us time pe to I was like, I got very annoyed at that time. I was like, I got you the best result possible.
And you're still complaining कि
and
ये मैं
you're-
maintain कैसे करूँगी?
The complaint was like, I'm unable to maintain that. And I was like, what
Next
do I
time,
do?
next time, make them sign a disclaimer. When you get really fit, after that, it's don't blame me.
Yeah. So, sometimes it happens like where, deficit has been like 7, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, and you're like, and when that program gets over, sometimes you're unable to control your cravings and you go towards the other route. It happens, right? That argument, I don't remember. Like, I was like, what do I say? मैं कैसे respond करूँ उसको? Like, why do you get me in a good shape that I'm unable to maintain? And I was like, okay.
I'm coming to the last few. Some people, me included, have this perception that a good trainer must himself or herself also be very fit. Do you agree with this? Do you think
To a
it's
certain
important
extent, yes.
important for a trainer to be fit themselves?
Not all the time. Not all the time. What if I'm on a bulking phase? I have a slightly higher body fat level, but you expect me to have a lean abs, right? So that's.
I suppose that makes. I mean, I know you, so I know you go through these cycles. But maybe if for somebody who's just walked in and their trainer looks a little tubby, you think that they're going to be like, यार ये मेरा क्या वजन कम कराएगा? इसकी तो खुद तोड़ निकली हुई है.
So I have a rule in my gym. So for me, in my own eyes, a person cannot become a personal trainer unless they show me their own transformation.
Okay.
Every trainer's results are on my page, on my Insta, right? That's a proof that I know how to do it.
And that the trainer who's training you has done it themselves.
Yeah.
So they've gone through the process.
If you have never done it yourself, maybe you have learned something through books or all the education that you have taken. But if you have never done yourself, you don't know exactly how it feels when you're like almost 11% body fat, eating low calories, doing 10,000 steps, still trying to push on their sessions. You don't know how it feels. So you don't know how your client's going to feel. So for me, and so I have to see a person transformation.
Okay.
If you are never transformed, I am not considering you as a personal. Maybe I give you client to train, but for me, in my own eyes, I have to see the transformation for me to accept you as a personal trainer.
Okay.
Especially if you're a body composition personal trainer. Yeah.
Okay, last one. It's a very generic one. If there was one thing you could say, if you could ask your clients to do universally, that would make the training sessions better, their results better, everything better, what would that one thing be? Maybe it's something that they shouldn't do. Maybe
Just
it's
in the
something they should do.
training,
What's
just in
that
the
one
training,
thing?
just in the training.
In whatever. It can be anything you want.
Yeah.
What is it that maybe you can identify it as the biggest pet peeve you have
Yeah.
against all clients, and one thing that you're like, यार अगर सारे clients में ये चीज सही हो जाए ना, तो हमारी job भी आसान हो जाए, इनके results भी अच्छे हो जाए.
So one thing I try to teach, and it's kind of like a statement, you can say, one line: learn before you load.
Okay.
Yeah. So for example, you want to go and build some muscle, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna start lifting weights and I'm gonna build some muscle. Learn first how to train and then start loading your muscle. If you try to load first and you did not learn,
And you think people are impatient with that?
Yeah, they do.
So
They do.
so you want people to just be like, हाँ यार मुझे form पहले सही.
So work
Spend time on the form.
Yeah, so spend time with the form, technique, everything, because so what you see visually is one thing, but there are a lot of things that is going on. It's a small movement that makes a lot of difference, especially if you're going towards the compound movement. It is like very, very technical stuff, and even goes into a nutrition. It's like, okay, I do not learn how to count calories. I'm not weighing my food. I do not what macros are, what micros are, why calories are important. Healthy eating only is not the most important thing. There are a lot of other things. If you do not learn those things and you're trying to get in shape, then most likely you're going to fail.
So the one takeaway is for clients
Learn
is
before you
learn more.
Learn
whether
before
it's
you load.
nutrition or
Yes.
whether it's the exercise itself.
Yeah, go on a first gear first, and then फिर भगाते बाद में गाड़ी.
Well, Pervez, this has been lovely. How does it feel to be at the other end of?
It's like not a lot of time that I have to bring my own perspective. So it
And
was
you're
good.
not somebody who likes to talk a lot.
Oh yeah. I was, as a child, I was a very quiet person. I didn't know that.
I know this about you, which is why I thought this would be a great idea to flip the situation and put you in the speaking role.
Yeah, I like that. I enjoy that actually.
But you've come a long way from being that quiet kid.
Quiet kid, did not know how to speak that much. I did not understand English till my mid-20s. And right now, sitting here talking to you in English,
become comfortable in your language. You become
yeah.
comfortable in people's interactions. I've been seeing you for many, many years now.
Yeah.
So anyway,
congratulations
on your first reverse podcast. You've been a lovely guest. And from the next time onwards, I think things will be back to the way they were.
Okay. Yeah. Hopefully, I'll bring you again for the next podcast.
Anytime. It's always a privilege. All right.
All right. This was fun.
Thank you.